party
like
and themselves.
in Alabama. I don't know if anybody saw this in the last couple of days, but they basically had like two districts that were majority black voting districts, and they had cut one of them out. And the Supreme Court said you can't do that. You've got
Right.
to. And they came back with, yeah, but not really, right? And the Supreme Court's like,
We
no,
told you.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
exactly.
told you you have to. And so I think it was Gates that said the other day, like, well, if they fucking do that, we don't have a chance. Like, if they actually make this a fair fight, we don't have it. You can't do that.
A very big part of the GOP strategy every year is suppressing as many votes as you can because there's
Absolutely.
so many more people of a different economic strata than they are interested in serving. So you got to keep those people out of the polls, of course.
That's like when you make laws in places where it's 100 degrees when you vote that you can't hand out water. Like what?
Mm-hmm. Right, because the lines get long and they
Yeah,
want to make it as
because yeah,
uncomfortable as
because
possible. It's unbelievable.
you,
It's
you
heinous.
yeah you want to equate voting to a week in Auschwitz as much as possible.
This whole thing's going upside down when this goes online. When there's a foolproof, encrypted, impossible to crack voting system online, you log in and you cast your vote. Game changer. Game changer when every person has access to voting on their phone or on their laptop. You truly
Yeah,
get the
but
voice of the people.
you're still on a social economical. You're still gonna you're still gonna have people that are gonna fall through the cracks because they don't have Wi-Fi.
Far fewer than if you
Far
make them
fewer,
go out in the rain,
but
though.
still, it's still gonna be it's still gonna not be a fair ball game.
Chris Martinez, I love the idea that it's not an ordinary wrestling podcast. There's 100 million of those. I like the bar feeling of shooting the shit with your friends where you talk about many things. Never change, guys. Well, we won't. Well, I will. I want to go on Wegovy. I want to lose weight. I have to lose weight. I have to do this an artificial way. This is cunty to say. I have to do it. I have to do it to get my triglycerides. Although I've been very good with that. I should get another blood test to prove this to you, Kevin, and the rest of the world.
Hey,
That I
dude,
do have
I want
self-control.
I want you to fucking do it for yourself, and I want you to do it for your children
I know.
because I know what it's like to fucking to lose a dad,
Yeah.
and it sucks, and it just. But
But
let's not put that negative energy out in the world. So it just
pasta might be worth it. I mean, a good homemade pasta.
that's what I always said. Like,
In a
why
restaurant.
why does fucking why couldn't like German chocolate cake be the equivalent of like liver? Like, oh
Oh,
god, I gotta eat fucking more German chocolate. I gotta eat what? What do you mean I gotta eat another key lime pie? Because like, we grew up poor, so it was like you got on a good week if things worked out right on a Friday night, you might get a fucking Little Debbie oatmeal cake.
yeah, but well, like you say, it's always the things that are most enjoyable that are bad for you. I think was your point.
But then again, blowjob's not bad for you. Great for your prostate health.
Yeah, it depends on the guy that's doing it though.
Yeah, it's true, right? If it's your rabbi or your priest, that's fucked
Or
up.
is it for respect?
I
Is it
think it's
just
for respect.
out of respect I'll
Out of
let you go
respect.
down on?
Just one time, out of respect.
Wolfie Wolf Dog, I disagree with Kevin Nash's politics, but that doesn't stop me from listening and being a fan. Dude is cool and guaranteed could get along with just about anybody because he's a good guy and a great entertainer,
Oh.
and that's what matters in my opinion.
But I was talking to somebody the other day, and he listened to our show, and he said the only reason I listen to our show is because there was another guy in the gym. He said that how left you were. He said, "Fuck, dude." He said, "I'm he said, I'm a Democrat. He said, you're way more to the center than I am. He said, I said, I said, at this point, does it fucking even matter? I mean,
Well, that's the divisiveness is entirely political. I was talking to somebody the other day, and she's like, my husband wants to fucking move to Portugal. This guy's a Republican too, and she was like, he can't take both sides. It all always comes down to some kind of political division. It's like you almost can't
it's
talk
impossible.
about anything else.
It's
I go on
impossible.
the news for not just what's going on
No.
in Washington, but I want to see the shit that was going on in Philly, which I saw tonight. I want to see all of it, and you have to scroll through Supreme Court, Congress, about to shut the fucking country
Yes.
down, and
But my wife and I say this. It's like earthquake in Turkey, fucking fire in Maui. Like the news cycle on those stories is so like if it gets a 10-day run, it's amazing.
no,
It's like
no, yeah,
shit gets a 3-day run. That's it. It's played out. They don't give a fuck. Like they showed some people coming that they allowed some people back to Maui, and they showed that horrific aerial view that looks like Hiroshima, and but they were told like you can come back and basically you can look but don't touch because there's so much poison and toxin.
right.
And then I think everybody forgot about the Steve. I won't remember the town, but it's where the train had that chloride.
Oh, in Ohio, it was
Yeah, it was it's I can't remember. The town's got a kind of a weird name.
the Middle Eastern name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll have it in a second. This is two men over 50 trying to do a podcast. All right, so just
Yes,
East Palestine.
East Palestine, which is that's kind of a different
Let's call it
Ohio.
Palestine. We'll call it Palestine.
Palestine. And but anyway, they had a town hall, and I saw Cuomo covering it, and it was on YouTube because for some reason DirecTV, wherever he went after CNN, we don't get him anymore. I was always kind of a fan of his because I thought he was kind of a straight shooter. I thought he had political aspirations. I thought that he could have done something. That he might have been, like down the chute. And then, man, they just kind of went in and threw the fucking harassment flashbang at that motherfucker, and his life was over.
That's all it took, right?
You know?
And he was ready to throw down with those guys that called him Fredo. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They caught him on tape, ready to go.
Yeah.
That's a man.
No, he fucking was gonna. There was a couple of times he was gonna throw down. I like Cuomo.
But you're right. The news cycle only fits what the old saying, all the news that's fit to print, right, is the New York Times. Well, it's all the news that's fit to print below everything that went on in Washington and
Or like
on the
in the
campaign
middle,
trail.
that middle column on the Wall Street Journal. That little,
a little narrow.
yeah. Just slip it in there.
above the fold, but squeezed in
Yeah.
the middle. The 3-day run, you called it. That's interesting. That they call that the Aldo Montoya, by the way. But yes, the train gets the Aldo Montoya run.
I guess the 3-day run, and it's Portuguese man of war. You're sorry, we have to give you your walking papers. Speaking of, we talked about today the kid in Philadelphia just getting shot point blank by a police officer for fucking erratic driving, and it was so erratic that he fucking walked in front of his fucking car to shoot him. Walked in front of his fucking car around to the passenger window and shot him. How fucking erratic are you driving? I mean, that's the world we live in. I think that if you fucking sit and really absorb what's going on, and one of the biggest problems we've got right now is, man, there is so much AI fucking bullshit that's being dumped in our laps that we don't know. There was just one that this person put on Instagram the other day, and it's Rogan. And Rogan's got he's talking to somebody, and they're talking about they found in the fucking jungles of fucking Mexico Nazi U-boat with the full crew and all this shit, and they uncovered this onto this, and then the guy comes up and he goes, "That's an AI. Like that whole thing's an AI." And I'm watching it, go, "What the fuck is he? What? I've never heard any of this shit." And we have to start looking at everything
with a skeptical eye.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and going into this fucking this cycle, I mean, people that just the Republican Party can shut the government down as a ploy to make it look like Biden is trying to fix shit. Biden is spending way too much fucking money. Everybody's like, sooner or later you have to fix the infrastructure or shit just is going to fucking collapse. And he's trying to fix it. It's going to dump in Trump's lap. But don't fucking let people fucking, is he old? Fuck yeah, is he old? Do I want to vote for him? Fuck no, I don't want to vote for him. But I don't want to vote for somebody that's fucking basically going to be banned from doing business in New York City. That's going to fucking I just ask yourself this. How many people do you know whose children's homes are in LLCs? Not estate plan. They're in LLCs. Like, come on, man. Like, I get it. I get it. The old man, but I don't understand why we can't get Newsom and get fucking Whitmar from fucking Michigan and fucking, like, why doesn't Biden and fucking Harris realize that they're not the best viable candidates for the Democratic Party at this juncture? Why don't they take one for the team? Everybody's talking about fucking the little fucking penguin they just caught with the $500,000 in the fucking Mercedes, the senator from Jersey.
Oh, Menendez.
Yeah, and everybody's saying, "Hey man, you should resign. You should resign." Yeah, Franken did that. Franken did the exact same thing. Fuck you. Whatever. It's okay for Trump. Trump ain't fucking resigning. Trump will he'll run the goddamn country from prison. And that's, you know what? That's American. That's what Americans do. They're not fucking cunts.
All right. Well, I look at Biden as more of a Monet, and Trump.
I look at Trump as more of a fucking Dolly. It's surrealism.
But not even the painting. It would be like the lobster phone or some sculpture.